As the volunteer walked through the busy streets, she noticed a lone, abandoned street dog lying on a cold sidewalk. The dog's fur was tangled and dirty, and his expression was filled with melancholy, speaking volumes about his suffering. But what made this particular dog stand out was that he was holding a torn stuffed animal in his teeth. It was a sight that would soften even the hardest of hearts. The volunteer could tell that this dog desperately needed help. She approached slowly, her heart aching at the obvious loneliness in his eyes. She knelt down and held out her hand, but the dog didn't flinch or growl as many stray dogs might. Instead, he carefully placed the toy in her hand, as if suggesting a sign of trust. Tears welled up in her eyes as she looked into his soulful gaze, which revealed a deep understanding of abandonment and the pain of loneliness. The shelter's ambulance was already full, with no space for this fragile soul. With a heavy heart, the volunteer promised the dog she would return as soon as possible to bring him to the shelter. She gently placed the stuffed animal beside him, hoping it would comfort him while he waited. Hours passed, and the rescue team finally returned to the scene, filled with hope and expectation. However, when they arrived, the street dog was nowhere to be seen. Panic set in, as they feared the worst for the poor creature who had touched their hearts. Just as they were about to leave, they noticed an older man sitting on a nearby bench. He was frail, with silver hair and a warm, friendly smile. The volunteers approached, their eyes widening in amazement. The same street dog they had met earlier was now comfortably lying next to the old man, resting his head on his knees, still holding the torn stuffed animal in his mouth. The man introduced himself as Calvin, an 89-year-old retiree who lived alone in a modest apartment nearby. He explained to the volunteers that he often visited this spot and had recently met the abandoned dog. Calvin shared that he had named the dog Buddy, and that Buddy had become a loyal companion to him. "It's as if we understand each other," Calvin said, his eyes sparkling with a mix of joy and sadness. He explained that Buddy occasionally wandered off for short adventures, but always returned to him, as if he knew Calvin could truly offer him a home. Friends, please support my little channel with a like and a subscription. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in future episodes dedicated to the animals we love.